It's
It's on the East
Massachusetts.
Coast, right?
It's Massachusetts. What
Oh,
county?
okay.
What county is this?
Is it-
Quick.
It's Boston.
No, it's not Boston County.
a
Essex,
minute.
Essex County, Massachusetts. Bigfoot.
I thought it was Boston.
It's not Boston, you nincompoop.
Well, you keep bringing up everything about Boston. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
It's Essex County, Bigfoot.
Have you been to Massachusetts?
No, I've never been.
Actually been to Cheers in Boston.
Oh my gosh, I've actually been to the Cheers set, the actual Cheers set.
I've never been to the Cheers set, but I've been to the actual Cheers
Okay,
bar.
we were talking about Bigfoot movies. We're talking about Eduardo Sanchez.
Kinda
We're talking about a
exciting.
movie.
It's a lot of
Who
fun.
cares? We're talking about a movie
I
called.
do.
We're talking about a movie called Exists, which was directed by Eduardo Sanchez, which he's trying to market. It's a Bigfoot movie.
Look.
I'm setting this up.
Well, listen to me for just a minute. The man or woman that got this footage there in Massachusetts probably went to the Cheers bar and talked about it after they captured it.
Yeah, well, a lot of people that are taking photos nowadays don't want to get credit for it. What people are trying to do right now is to get Bigfoot a protected species by just proving it exists. And the more photos we can see,
That's reasonable. I'll go with that.
the more photos we can see, the more that that'll be accomplished.
That's a noble endeavor.
Okay, so Eduardo Sanchez, director, did Blair Witch Project, made a Bigfoot
Which was a
movie.
train wreck.
Well, that says you. So there's a Troy. What was the guy's name? Troy.
Aikman?
No. Troy Duffy directed a movie called Boondock Saints, and this is just to show you could have. This is just to show you can have a success at the box office.
Shoot off your mouth.
Or no, but you can just leave that out of it for a second and not have a lot of success afterwards. Now, I'd expect to have seen more from Eduardo Sanchez after Blair Witch Project. When I look at his IMDb, what he's done some stuff, but surprisingly not as much as you think. Because
Well, maybe after they made all their money with Blair Witch, they went off and got married and had families.
yeah,
and
I don't
been
know
raising kids.
Yeah, but I don't know that they particularly made. Sometimes first-time
Well,
directors
you
don't
do
get
or
that
you
big of
don't
a.
know. I mean, they could have.
I know, but you're just speculating. Okay, you just speculated. I'll speculate in the other direction.
All right.
You don't always know. Sometimes he could. I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, the perfect example: Boondock Saints. Troy Duffy, I believe his name was.
Yes, Troy Duffy. Yeah, you're correct.
Okay, he made Boondock Saints. He said something that was negative in the industry about. I'm not sure about the producer that it was. He wrote the Boondock.
So he just got himself in hot water.
Yeah, well, yeah. Basically, he wrote Boondock Saint. He wrote the movie Boondock Saint, and he was shopping it around to have it made into a movie, and he did, and it was like the darling of scripts.
They fell in love with it. They wanted to make a great movie out of it.
And it was the Weinstein company that was the one that was going to produce it. And,
Recognized something good.
And so, and it was around the time a little bit after when Pulp Fiction came out, and so, and this guy was obviously a fan of Pulp Fiction that shone through in what he did, and so he said something. He came out with something negative.
It ultimately became a popular movie. Didn't
Okay,
it?
but here's how that happened. He was just let go. The Weinstein brothers said, "We don't want to make your film," and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" And it was just he was like, "Whoo!" We hear the tumbleweeds go by. He was in the middle of a desert all alone. He's just like, "Whoa! What happened? What?"
One day I had a deal. The next day I had nothing.
So then, somehow it was from some other company. And I'm not sure the specific, but this is generally what happened. He then shopped it around and wanted to direct it. Okay, he wanted to direct the movie, and somebody let him do it. So he directed Boondock Saint, the same movie he wrote. The movie comes out, and it came out around the time of the Columbine, the shooting in Columbine, wherever that was. What state?
Colorado.
Colorado, and obviously, when you're making a shoot 'em up vigilante movie with young people doing a lot of shooting in trench coats, that's not going to mesh.
Yeah, it's not going to fly.
The movie bombs at the box office. Now, a lot of you are saying, wait a second, I've heard of Boondock Saints. That bombed? Yes, it did. It bombed at the box office. But in video sales or DVDs, it did $100 million or something in business.
It's more of an underground type film.
Okay, a problem, though. Troy Duffy, the director, and let's talk about this in the next episode. We'll just continue. If you like that, and you just listen to the rest of the next episode.
Wait a minute, even if you don't like it, just listen to the next episode.
Yes, how dare people not even debate whether they're going to listen to it or not.